Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shoppers Market Live. I'm your host, Antonia Gable. We have an incredible show for you tonight with an incredible lineup of guests. We start this show with all natural hair and skin care products. Butter by Q is the company, and the owners, Elliot and Kiana, join us. Thank you so much. How are you two doing tonight?
Great, great. How are you?
Thrilled to have you. I want to know, how did this all come about?
Well, Butter by Q started when our daughter, she's 4 now. She developed eczema shortly after birth. And as a baby, I just knew she was our second child, and I just knew something wasn't right about her skin. And we took her to the doctor, and they diagnosed her with eczema. And they prescribed me a lot of steroids and a lot of prescriptions that I couldn't even pronounce the ingredients.
Yeah.
And after a while, I started seeing the negative effects on her skin. And so I just started researching, what can I use for eczema that's natural? What would be safe enough for my child?
With no side effects.
With no side effects.
Yes.
And so
yes.
I literally got in the kitchen and started mixing up some shea butter and some jojoba oil and some rosehip oil, trying to find something that would help her with her eczema. And that's how Butter by Q was born.
Wow. I have to say, you're not alone. I have heard others' stories like this. So your product is very much needed. I have a son with eczema, but I did not notice anything right away. So that is fascinating and unfortunate. Right after birth, what were some of the signs? What were the things you noticed on your daughter that early on that people could look out for?
Well, Antonia, I'll tell you the story. My wife is very cautious and very strategic and meticulous. I'm a little bit loose. I fly by the seat of my pants whenever I want to go. So for her to tell me that she notices something off with our daughter's skin was, not my first time telling her this, but like, yeah, whatever, right? And she continually told me that she noticed something with our daughter's skin. She noticed rough patches. Her skin wasn't baby soft. And I feel like every mother deserves, after 9 to 10 months, however long that is, of carrying a child, you deserve to feel baby soft skin. And she wasn't feeling that. Our daughter was also like gnawing on her hands and her elbow area. And then we started noticing like lighter colored skin and little bumps. Those were the first signs. And then we took it to the doctor, and the doctor confirmed it. And I'm glad I didn't say anything or like try to tell my wife nothing was wrong, because there was something wrong.
But good for you. I understand, as a parent, wanting to do anything to help your child, but of course, not wanting to have them suffer the consequences of prescriptions and all the side effects. It's like you cure one thing. So I am amazed by you and inspired by you. You go home, and I imagine you did some research, and you start creating your own treatment. So tell me some of the products that you started with and what they've become today.
Now, the first product we actually started with was our butter. And just to kind of show you an example, it's a very like cream like mixture. And that's what we started with. That was the actual first product.
What's in it? Tell me the ingredients if you can. Just, a few of them.
So just to kind of show you how it just melts into the skin. We use shea butter. We use mango butter. We use several different premium oils, like I mentioned before, like jojoba oil, vitamin E, rosehip oil. And those are ingredients you're not going to find in everyday on the shelf.
No.
Why? Because they are premium ingredients. We do not add water. We do not add preservatives.
And Antonia, I'll tell you this, one of the most telling things as we was doing our research, right, we learned that people with eczema have what you call a compromised skin barrier. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm a Google dermatologist, right? You have to be. And one of the
Yeah.
natural substances that Mother Nature provides to help reinforce that compromised skin barrier is jojoba oil, along with other ingredients. So that is one of our key ingredients. When we look across the market, we look at other people's products, other people's butter. They use oils like, nothing against it, right? Do as you do. But they use oils like coconut oil. That's one. We've even seen products with, what's that oil? The cooking oil?
Avocado.
No, not avocado.
Canola?
Not-
No.
olive oil and vegetable oil
Okay,
in their
yes.
product.
Okay.
Right. Those have minimum benefits other than being oil, and they're cheap. We took the best route, which by only using premium ingredients like rosehip oil, like jojoba oil, even mango butter is very cost prohibitive for most manufacturers. But by going that route, we know that we've created a superior product that actually does what it says it does without those side effects. So this was our first product. From there, you can go ahead with your question.
Well, that tells me you already answered my next question. I wanted to ask you what makes your product stand out, because I guarantee that you looked on the market to see, is there something already out there that I can use to treat my daughter, and you didn't find it. So you made it yourselves. So you started with the butter. And let me ask you, as you're using this on your daughter, what's the time frame? Like, how long did it take for you to see results and go, wow, we figured this out?
It was probably about a week to two, because we noticed her skin started retaining the moisture.
Okay.
And that's the key. That's the key issue with eczema. You're losing that moisture. And so then you begin to start that itch scratch cycle. So your skin is dry, you scratch.
Yep.
Now you're going to scratch more because it's dry, and it just continues to get worse. But what I did
gets
notice,
infected.
Right, exactly.
Yep,
so what
I know.
did notice, so what I did notice is,
yes.
I felt like she needed something a little thicker than the butter. The butter was definitely doing the job, but I felt like she needed something a little thicker. And so that's when I started and ended up developing the balm. This is the eczema balm.
Okay.
So this is more like a spot treatment, if you will. It is thicker. It's definitely thicker. So like the story he was telling when she was an infant and she would gnaw on her arm, her wrist right here. This was like the first place she had a really bad breakout. And so what we do, we spray water or wipe her down or give her a bath, make sure the skin is damp, and then apply the balm. So the balm traps in the dampness that you applied to the skin. So it's almost like a 2-for-1. The ingredients have moisture capabilities, but if you wet the skin first, you're trapping in that water.
Okay.
And so to this day, we apply it twice a day. We apply it to her first thing in the morning and at night.
Matter of fact, we just got through doing it. Well, my wife got through doing it a few minutes ago.
You've done your research. I love this. Okay, so you did the butter, then you went to the balm, and I know you have other products. And what led to each of the other products? You've got hair products as well.
Right. So, for those of us with textured hair, the butter can also be used in the hair. Several of our customers apply the butter to the hair. They apply it to the scalp. I went through a phase after I had our second child where I had an itchy scalp. So I had some type of dermatitis on my scalp. So every time I would go to the local store and pick up something that said anti-itch hair oil, I would open the dropper and it was literally water. Yeah. So they're mixing the oil with the water, and that's kind of counterintuitive to what I needed.
And it was a 2-ounce jar too.
Right, a little 2-ounce jar, and then you have to pick the dropper up. So I said, well, you know what? If I can make something to help my daughter with her eczema, I can make a hair oil.
Yep.
We have the nice twist top. And you can just point it and put it wherever it needs to go.
Oh, wow.
And this oil, just to kind of show an example, this oil It's very light.
Mhm.
And it
Oh, it
soaks
must be,
right
yeah.
into the scalp.
Yeah.
It soaks right into the
Okay.
scalp. You're not walking around with oily hair.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We use essential oils, so it has it has like a peppermint orange smell, just a very refreshing smell.
Mhm.
But we are very strategic in which essential oils we use because it's going to target whatever the issue is.
Mhm.
That's fantastic. I'm so amazed. What are some of the other products that you've
Can I-
created?
Hold on 1 second. I want to hop in and I want to say this because
Please.
we sort of forgot, right? But whenever we first did the butter, we made that for our daughter, and we made the eczema balm. This was never a business. This was never.
Okay.
We never set out, we're going to do this as a business. That never happened. What actually happened was my cousin came down. She's a nurse, and she also has eczema. She came down one day, and she saw my wife putting something on our daughter, Ella, out of a mason jar, right? And she was like, ooh, what's that? So she tried it. We told her what it was. She tried it. She uses natural shea, the raw shea, which is extremely messy and hard to work with. So when she saw our product, oh, let me get one. We gave her one, and she took it home, and she's like, oh my God, I need more. That led to my mom, and then her mom, and then friends and family, and it's almost like
wow.
to do this.
Yeah.
And then sort of it's taking a life of its own. But we never started out. This was literally just for our daughter.
Sure. No, that makes sense. But it proves it wasn't just for your daughter. You were able to help so many other people, and that's how it grew. You wanted to be able to help. Wow. So awesome.
And so, when we go out in public and we're at different shows and different moms come up, and I never knew anything about eczema until our daughter developed it. So we've learned so much about eczema and found out about so many kids, especially kids, that are dealing with eczema. And a lot of them is always here or in the creases of the arm. So we've learned a lot. And so, because we try to be as natural as possible with everything we're putting on our skin, we said, well, you know what? We can't leave the men out. So let's try some beard oil. Let's try some beard balm. And so definitely, if I had to categorize our products, the eczema balm is the #1 seller. The butter is #2, and beard products probably would be #3.
And Antonio, what the beauty of it is, the same base ingredients. We found something that works, something that delivers ultra nutrients to the skin, nourishes, minimizes wrinkles, help diminish stretch marks, these are facts. These are proven facts based on scientific research, right? We've put these together. Is it cheap? No. But does it work? Yes. And we keep that same basic formula throughout all of our products. So all of our products, whether it's beard balm that can help reduce flyaways, smooth out hair, strengthen the beard growth, it also treats the skin underneath.
Right.
And that's the same for all of our products. So that's the beauty of it. And it's all natural. So
I absolutely love your story. I want to get to any platforms, any websites. I know we do have butterbyq.com up. I know that's your website. Any other platforms that you are on? And do you ship across the country?
Yes, we ship across the country. You can find all of our products on Amazon. And we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on TikTok.
And then lastly, if you don't mind, please tell me the price range of your products.
So
we'll tag team this one because this is something near and dear to my heart. When we first started out, keep in mind we didn't intend to go into the market to sell anything. But when we did our research, of course we do research. We found products of similar size that were selling for like $70, $80.
Yeah.
We found one brand that produced body oil that had chemicals. But what eventually happened, a celebrity retweeted about this body oil and it blew up. The same size body oil that they sell is like $90 to ours. this same size. We sell this body oil for $30. The price ranges from as low as $10 for our citrus crushed beard oil, perfect timing, up to $30 for
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
imagine,
And we're showing it right now. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. So
And go
we
ahead.
even
Go
have
ahead and talk about.
so we have lip balm. Lip balm, you can get that 2 for $5, all the way up to the oils, which are 8-ounce bottles filled to the rim for $30. So imagine
awesome.
imagine getting out of the shower and pouring some
Yes.
oil. I mean, you will sleep like a baby.
And best of all,
Oh.
there are no chemicals.
No
We
chemicals.
use no artificial dyes, no artificial fragrances. We are extremely, extremely selective about every ingredient because we want our customers to feel even better when they put it on, knowing that they are coming straight from Mother Nature, and Mother Nature outperforms chemicals all day. We use consistently over time. So
Yeah.
we are
Yep.
extremely proud
Yep.
of that part.
You are so right. You're going to sleep like a baby because you're not going to be broke over these products. First of all, I have to say 2 things before we go. Kiana, mother knows best. Mother always knows best.
Right.
And you two are incredible parents. And I know your daughter's young. She's 4. But I'm telling you, she's going to take good care of you, knowing how much you guys cared to do everything in your power to give her the best, absolute best care. What an incredible story. I think you have an incredible product, and I hope everybody gets in touch with you, especially if they're dealing with any of these issues. But you don't have to have eczema to
Right.
use these products. They're all natural, and you've done your
Right.
research. I can obviously tell. Butter by Q. Thank you so much, Ellie and Kiana. It was a pleasure to get to know you, and you have an incredible story, and the sky is the limit for your business. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, you two.
You too.
So much more coming up, more incredible guests and more amazing products. We will